Well, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, Facebook family. Welcome to Facebook Love with the Coach. We are live broadcasting from I Am Confident with the Coach community. I am Sharon X Coach, your motivational messenger and your confident coach. Listen, guys, I'm excited. We're on part 3 of our series of relationship malfunctioning. We are going from dysfunctional to functional in our relationships, and I am so excited. I hope you guys had a great, productive, and prosperous day. I hope. Yes, I'm so excited about our series. It has been so much fun to spend this time with you this week. Yes, yesterday we talked about singles. Did you guys listen to that from yesterday? Them singles malfunctioning and some things we got to do in order. We got to manage our emotions. Yes, we got to measure our mileage, see where we going. Yes, there are things that we have to do as single people while we're waiting on that special someone to share our life with. And today we're going to talk to couples. We're going to talk to couples today. Couples malfunctioning. Yes, I'm so excited. This is our Let's Talk Relationships with a Coach. I am Sharon X, the Coach, your motivational messenger and your confident coach. Yes, I love saying that. And I'm so glad to be with you this evening and to get into this topic. Well, you know my favorite song, Gladys Knight. Yes, I love this song so much. The Need to Be. Yes, yes. It's a beautiful song. Well, hello, Cornelia. Hello, Deacon Levan. Welcome. Share me. You can share me. All you got to do is hit the share button and share it on some of your friends' pages or on your page. Let them know the Coach is live, part 3 of Relationships Malfunctioning. And I'm excited about being here, and I'm excited about you being here in the community. We're doing some great things. We're getting excited. We are moving. We're on the move, and we're so excited about that. Hey now, how are you? Yes, I'm excited. Yes. Yes. All I have is a need to be. Just be me. Yes. I love this song. So again, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Let's Talk Relationships with the Coach. And we are going from dysfunctional to functional in our relationships. Yes, we are. We are putting our work in. We are putting the tire to the road. We are pulling ourselves out the ditch, and we are coming up strong. Yes, and we're excited. Again, we talked to the singles on yesterday. If you didn't get a chance to hear that, go back and listen to the video. It's really, really good. It's giving you some things that we need to work on while we're waiting. But tonight, I'm coming for them couples. Yes, I'm coming for you. Single, because I done been a couple, and I've been a couple of times, all right? And I've been married before, all right? So I have a little experience in that area. To be honest, this is my on my own for these last 12, 13 years since I got my divorce. And I've had someone in this time, but usually this is the first time I stuck it out until I really am sure that the person that I say I do, I will not later say I don't. Getting too old for that foolishness, all right? So listen, guys. I'm so excited. Make sure you share me with your followers. Let them know the Coach is on live, talking about them relationships. Tonight, we're going to talk about relationship mayhem, all that malfunctioning that's going on, couples malfunctioning. The question is, are you the apple of that person's eye, or you a thorn in their thigh? Do they hurt when they walk with you? Do it hurt to walk with you? Yes, good. That's good, sister. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. I have learned to be a happy single. I'm a satisfied single. I'm a sanctified single. Yes, and I'm excited about my life. My life is good. Yes, it is. So every time somebody come along with something that's contrary to what I want to do, I say I'm good. My other favorite song is by Tim Brown. I'm good. Yes, I'm good. I'm good on all that. Okay, I'm not desperate, nor am I needy, because I told you. All right, you're going to get somebody that's greedy and desperate enough to take you because you desperate. All right. So anyway, we're going to talk to these couples tonight. Get your mate, get your significant other. Tell them relationship. You want to see your relationship thrive and be productive, and because there may be just a little tweaking that you need to do, or it may be something huge you need to do. We're going to look at tonight, what can I do? Are you the apple of that person's eye or a thorn in their thigh? All right. I know y'all say a thorn in your side because that's what it said in the Bible. I say a thorn in their thigh. They can't even walk. All right, because you got their muscles locked up, all right? Or they got your muscles locked up where you can't even move around, all right? So tonight, we're going to talk to them couples, and we're going to become the apple of someone's eye. You know, I be thinking about it now as I'm moving around my home, and I'm getting to love myself more and more each day, and I realize how much love I am and how much love I deserve and how much love I can give. When they look at me, they see God. When I look at them, they see the God. They see the blessing in us being together. When you with your mate, when I used to counsel couples, and they, especially if they're married, I always ask two questions. Number one, do you want the relationship? Don't waste my time. If you done made your mind up, you don't want the relationship, and you done made your mind up that y'all. All right. The second question, okay, that person make your liver quiver. Because, baby, look, if you ain't married with a liver quiver, you should be able to look at that person and they give you the ooh-wee. Yes, you should want to see them coming. They should make you feel good. Even after 20, 30, 40, 50 years, you should still have a twinkle in your eye for them, all right? If you don't have that twinkle, we're going to put that twinkle back in your eye, all right? And so as a couple, you have to look at the dynamics of your relationship. If those of you who are single and wanting to get into a relationship, listen, you got to have some standards before then. You got to make sure what you want in a relationship. So when you get with that person, you're not trying to figure it out on them, because one minute you're accepting everything they bring to the relationship, and then 3-4 months down the line, it's not acceptable anymore. Okay? You got to be clear about that in your relationship. If you're already in a relationship, people always ask me, well, what if I'm already in a relationship? Well, relationships can heal. I posted earlier this week that early today, that if it leaves you, it'll hurt. If it stays, it'll heal. Either way, you're going to be all right. All right? It don't matter. All right? You're going to be all right either way. All right? Because what I'm learning is, as much as it hurts to let somebody go or be let go, that, listen, what is for you is for you, real talk. It may hurt like the dickens. It may feel betrayed or abandoned or feel like that person never was with you. But listen, it was just a time and a season. And even if you don't put 20, 30 years, I would bet somewhere, somehow, it was some kind of small fox in there. Somewhere, it was some kind of small fox. Hey, Gina Prey, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Welcome, Terry. Yes, you look back. If you marriages break up 20, 30 years into the marriage, if that person or people have decided they don't want to go, and now it's easier for couples to break up, because back in the day they used to call it the cleanup, giving plenty loving 24 hours a day. The cleanup woman, she'll sweep him off his feet. Ha! Woo! Yes. They just, I don't know what they are. They are settling. They settling for, okay, you can have me and her. Do you like it? I love it. I don't share it because I'm selfish. I want myself, my man, all to my own self. All right. I want him to only look at for him, right? So, welcome, Vivian, welcome. So, when you're in a relationship and if you're deep, already in too deep, as the movie say, and you can't get out, you're in deep, then both parties have to be willing. All right? You can't go against a man's will. I remember when I was married and I was walking through the house one day and I was praying just hard as I could pray. As a praying wife, I heard God's voice so clear say to me, honey, you praying for a whole new man. He said, you praying. Everything you praying for him, he'll never be himself. You praying for a whole nother man. Okay? And literally, that's what ended up happening. I ended up, right? Real talk. Because I was trying to make me, and they couldn't be who they wanted to be. Wonderful book to read on love. The Psychology of Love is The Road Less Traveled. Okay? And in that book, he says, when he says, how do you find love or how do you know love? He said, first of all, if you're in a relationship with somebody and they have so many qualities that you don't like, you probably stand with that person when somebody else who could appreciate them, they can be with. All right. I spent 11 and a half years in a marriage that I know, in a relationship that I knew from the start. But because I didn't know me well enough to stand up in the relationship, I just thought it was going to change because we got married. Marriage don't change people. Hello. All right. You're married to that person before you even marry that person. Okay. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are married to that person even before you marry that person. All right, so whatever that person is doing before the wedding, they will be doing after the wedding, okay? I remember marrying my ex-husband, sitting at the kitchen table, depressed, and right after we got married in the pastor's office, and I remember God saying, listen here, so you thought I was going to fix that because you got married, and I stayed in that relationship 8 years after that, all right? Listen, marriage don't fix them. Marriage just bring you together and combine, and you're exclusive. Okay, marriage makes you publicly exclusive. The man say, I'm gonna take on the responsibility of protecting you and making sure that you have everything that you need in this family. You will never be unsafe again. You will always be treated like gold. You're gonna say to this man, you will always be my king. You will always be the man of my life. You will be the head of my household, the father of my children. You will be the priest of my house, and you will treat each other as such. If you're not going into a relationship with those kind of attributes and those kind of, and you're going to be struggling. I have finally got over struggling at the beginning. If I'm struggling with you at the beginning of the relationship, I'm going to be struggling with you at the end, okay? The old people say the way you start is where you finish. All right? Some people get blessed and they get a raggedy relationship at the beginning and it be awesome at the end. That is not the normal. What ends up happening, the longer we stay, we settle. We settle and say, you know what? Because the days go by and before you know it, it's years gone by. And you done kept going and kept going and that's what I did for 11 and a half years till I woke up one day and I was with somebody else in my marriage. All right? Y'all know I'm transparent. All right. So I was in another relationship because I already knew. I knew the feelings I was feeling. If you're in a relationship and you're not meeting the needs emotionally, you're not meeting the needs financially, you're not meeting the needs, and this women and men, you make your mate or your person you're coupled with vulnerable. They become a prey for other people. All right. Because they're going to be looking to you. When you're in a relationship, your defenses are down. You're more vulnerable. Me as a single, I got my guards up, so I ain't going to put myself in no certain position. I'm not going to do certain things, you know. because I know that I want to maintain a certain level of respect and integrity for myself as a Christian woman, single woman. All right. But when you're in a relationship, you're not guarded for real, because you know your needs are being taken care of by somebody, and you don't have to look outside. You don't have, because you're safe and secure in all the areas that you need to be safe and secure. All right. So when we decide to get in relationships, the thing that I'm finding out, people are not dating. We just to date. Nobody ever taught me. I had my first relationship at 14, and that was a mess. I had nobody to teach me about dating. Nobody teach me about sexuality. Nobody teach me anything. So it was just a mess, a total disaster. So when I got older, when I left my ex-husband 13 years ago, I had to go back to when I was 14 years old, start over again, and learn my sexuality. I had to go back and learn what it meant to be a young lady. I had to learn what it means to appreciate myself, value myself. What did I value? What do I have of value? All right. I had to do all of that in order to get to the satisfied, beautiful, sanctified, gorgeous, awesome woman of God that I am right now. Amen. Yes. All right. I don't have to qualify so much as a person has to qualify for me, and whatever their qualifications is, I have to measure up to those too. If you're in a long-term relationship and things have gotten to an extreme, but if both people are willing to work on it, it can work. If you love each other enough, if there's enough love left, all you just a little bit of love. If you have just a little bit, just a little hope left. People have marriages has come from the dead. Their relationships has come from the dead. I would never give up on love. I don't care how many failed relationships. We failed at love. Can I get a witness? All right. So it don't mean love failed. It means I failed at the love. All right. And so, one of my clients was asking, how do you know and how do you get past these relationships? First you just got to get past what you get past, because you already have your hopes set up. There's hit the button and recognize that it didn't work. Go through. Once you get past the feelings, you can go ahead and start looking and evaluating and assessing the relationship. Ayanna Van Zandt said this in her book. She said, understand that each relationship that I'm in now, because now I'm a new creature and I'm a new person, so all things are passed away. So all that old bad baggage, all that bad low self-esteem, all that's over. Now I'm evaluating my new life, which there's only a couple of people in my life since I started 13 years ago. All right. So I look at that relationship and I look and I assess and I look at what exactly could I have done different? Is there anything I could have done different? What part did I miss, or what part did I deny? Did I act like I didn't see it? Which one I said, well, maybe I'll just look past it and maybe it'll work out. Let me just give this person a chance. Let me make sure I'm not judging them on the past relationship. Doing an inventory on your relationships as you're dating, and going in, you got to be clear about your values going in, because you're going to be muddy going out, because people will get confused if you will tolerate one thing for 3 months and then the fourth month you want to say it's a problem. Now the problem is you, because you don't know what you want. All right. So again, if you're in a long-term relationship or you've been married a long time, there is hope on the way. All right? There is hope on the way. Don't give up. Don't give in. Don't fall out. And there's life after adultery. There's life after death. There's life after adultery or whatever. There's life after all of that. It's life after in the relationship. It can happen. But the only way it's going to happen, it has to be two people consenting that they want to do something different. They And you have to be willing to do the work, because the work isn't on each other. The work is on you. In my marriage, I was doing all the work. All right. So if you got a person like that, and it's hard to get men to see that, because we so doggone good to them, we don't miss a beat. Even when we're upset and we are disappointed, they can schmooze us, rub us the right way, blow on us, bring us some flowers and some wine, and we be like, yeah, baby. but they have not learned anything. Cause us, to try to forget, so when I remember when I was sitting in divorce court and my ex-husband came in and he looked at me with the biggest crocodile tears in his eyes. I'll never ever forget it. And he said, is there anything we can do? I'm like, do you know I just had an affair on you? Do you understand that I'm not that type of person? But I went outside my marriage, and my motto is, if I can't get it in my relationship, I don't need no extras. I don't go out and get nobody. I don't believe in that. I don't believe I'm going to go out and get my needs met and then come back home and business as usual. I don't do that, all right? If I got to get another one because you can't keep your end of the bargain, I don't need you. I could be a hoe on my own, okay? I don't need to be a married hoe. All right. So if I'm going to be going around screwing my husband and screwing somebody else, then I might as well be on my own at the end of the day. And it don't necessarily be physically. If you giving any part of yourself out to the person outside of your marriage, your feelings, your attitude, your hurt, your disappointment, you discussing it, you cheating. Cheating is not just when you have sex with somebody. If you on the phone with them, if you picking up that phone and calling them, telling them about your husband, the opposite sex, and they smoozing you and telling you you a good woman and you a good man, and I don't know why she treating you like that, then your wife out of all of what you could give them. If you're done with that person, be done with them. Be done with them. Be done with them. And go on about your business, all right? People get hurt for those kind of things. Counseling, you don't need another opposite sex to counsel you unless it's a certified licensed therapist or your pastor or somebody like that or somebody in your life. But that malfunctioning, it's a malfunction, all right? It's you malfunctioning. As a couple, you're malfunctioning, okay? And you want to function at your highest. When you talk about malfunction, you're talking about operating abnormally. You're talking about operating. Let me get the Webster. I looked it up. Malfunction as designed. You have been designed to work together as a team, to work together in planning, to work together on your sexuality, to work together in parenting, to work together. That's your normal. That should be your normal. Working together, not overdoing it, being there for each other. Hey, that as a couple, you are now one. I told you yesterday, the numerical system gets confused when you say 1 + 1 = 1. You bringing two whole people together, getting one whole situation. You should not be coming to the table talking about, I got 50, you got 50, I got 50 on it. No. There is no 50-50 relationships. There is no relationship of compromise. There is no relationship of settling. All right? Because they're asking you to do is compromise your core values. There are two sets of values that every individual operate. It's your common values and your core values. Core values, common values are things you guys can work out. Counseling can help. But if you're breaking a core value, cheating is a core value. Going off talking to other women with me is a core value for me. It's a deal breaker. because one of my values is security. I have to feel secure in the relationship. I'm not an insecure person, but I can become insecure if I feel like you don't have my back, that you're talking to somebody else, and that no other woman or man should ever know more about your relationship than your man or your woman. Okay? That's dysfunctional. All right? Dysfunctional. And dysfunctional means a condition of having poor or unhealthy behaviors of people. It says medically, it's a state of being unable to function in a normal way. It's dysfunctional. Talking to other people, other women about your wife, or other men about your husband, you think they really care? Do you really, really think they care? I mean, do you really? For real, for real. Because you need to be talking to your husband. If they're not coaching you back to your mate, they coaching you back to them. All right? Because any kind of air of suspicion or caution in a relationship, you want to remove that. Even if you're male friends. But I ain't seen nobody yet that there was not an attraction. I ain't seen it yet. Whether they admitted it or not. It's just not healthy to do that and have other people in your relationship. It's too easy to get out. And if you don't go with that person, you may end up going with another person. You want to shut the door on it. That's how I end up in an affair. I was sharing my information with somebody that I trusted, and they were in a position that they should have not even proposed anything to me like that at that vulnerable state, but they did. That happened to me 2 times. So I'm very nervous about being around certain men and sharing my stuff with and being open with, because people, men and women alike. All right? It's not just the men. Impair is being in a less than perfect or whole condition. You're disabled or functioning defective. You're defective. You are defective. Okay? When you don't want to go buy no defective products, do you? As soon as we open up our mouth, as soon as something happens, defective comes out. We start acting abnormal. All right? So when we're working in the dynamics of couples, look at all these aspects. You got to look at, are you really willing to do the work? If you're not willing to do the work, don't drag the person down and don't drag the person through. All right? Because you're going to do it anyway. It's going to happen now or later. All right? You're either going to let go or get drugged. That's what they say. All right? So be fair in your relationship. Look for whether you are the apple of that person's eye or the thorn in their thigh. You know how if your thigh start hurting, if that person is a thorn in your thigh and it's just sitting there, it's causing you to not be able to move. But you want to do everything you can do and move all obstacles and obstructions out of the way, so that if in fact you come to a decision, a healthy decision, that this is relationship that I may need to step away, because sometimes stepping away may do it. Take 6 months and you guys work on individually figuring it out. And I usually suggest both people go to individual. Then you do 6 months counseling together. Deal with your own issues. You know? Because that person caused a problem in the marriage or the couples, in the coupleship, then it affected you in some kind of way. So even if that person changes, if you still looking at them like they still doing the same thing, then it's not going to help that. help. Everybody got to get individualized help, and then you go back collectively and you come together. If you can work it out together and you can be honest and transparent, and you at that broken point in your couple, as a couple and as a married couple, and you can sit in front of a therapist and be transparent and honest about all your woes, so be it. Afraid to tell their loved one the truth about how they feel. It might be something they don't like about them or something turned them off about them, and they don't want to hurt them, because you will say that in a session and then you got to go home with them and then you got a problem. All right, route. You want to take the best route when it comes to your marriage or your relationship, and how to do that. And I to go in right. You have to enter right. You have to make sure that all things are clarified and defined on the front end. All right. You got to be clear about your core values. Everyone has anywhere from 3 to 5 core values. That's what Jake said. You have 3, and I know it to be true. Those are them deal breakers. Those things that if you do that, you're out of here. I don't even want to talk about it. It's a wrap. I'm over it. I don't do other. I don't do side. I don't do exes. My relationships, I don't do exes in my relationship. I don't care, babies, mamas, and daddies, whatever the case may be. There's a relationship there. Let that be the reason. They don't run my household. I'm the woman of my house. I say what happens. And I would never keep a man from his children with no woman. But I don't deal with mayhem, chaos, and confusion. All right? I keep my house peaceful. All right? You keep that out there and we won't have no problems. All right? I'll take care of your kids just like they mine. But at the end of the day, you got to make sure that you have a clear understanding about what you would, what is a deal breaker, and then again, them common values, basic stuff. How we gonna handle our finances? Those things, can be tweaked, a little bit, unless it's too extreme, and common values or could be in your core values. It just depends on the individual. All right. I don't play when it comes to finances. I don't, I'm serious about my money. I don't have time. You say you're going to do something. You say we're going to sit down as a team and a couple and get something done. I expect that. One of my core values is integrity and being a man and woman of your word. That is core for me. That if you want to turn me off in a relationship quick, be wishy-washy with that kind of stuff. And then I'm out. And before you know it, I check all the way out. All right. And so you have to know yourself. And then you have to, if that person is worthy of it, like Dr. Peck said, and now you looking, okay, this is a person I think I would love to love. Then you guys sit down like grown people and say, let's go. Especially if you're in my age group of 50 and plus. Now you need to straight up say what you're going to do. All right. 20, 25 years old. If you're not there, then you're just dating. And we just advise you to date healthy. All right. Have healthy sexual behaviors, and we prefer you be abstinent. But if you're not, practice safe sex, practice safe and healthy behaviors when it comes to things like that as a young person. All right. So that's all I got for you guys today. I hope this was a blessing. Let me see what I got here. Let me see what you guys have talked about. Don't give. Let's see. Okay, Miss Vita. All right. Okay, all right. Yes, realize what part you play in it. That's right. Only God can change that person. That's right. Had any questions there? But yes. Just make sure that you on top of your game. Hold on, guys, here. I shouldn't have moved that. Make sure you on top of your game, all right? If you're in a relationship with someone, .com, or you can call me at 314-326-6586. We can do an assessment on your relationship. I would love to help you. I want to see people do well. I'm single. I'm not a hater. relationship, I'm going to help you, because I believe if I help you, when my turn comes, you might have to help me. So I want you guys to have a great day. Remember, we are community tour with I Am Confident with Sharon, Ask the Coach Parker, your motivational messenger, and your confident coach. We are starting our tour next week and more in Wellington, Florida, on the 30th, and then on September 13th, we and more at the 20th. We will be in Palm Beach Gardens. At each one of these locations, if we get at least 15 people, we will have the free complimentary wine tasting. For those of you who are just normal people, I'm abnormal, I can't drink, all right, but they're going to be offering complimentary wine tasting. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. You'll get Let's Talk Relationships. We have, I believe, one more segment of our relationship malfunctioning, in women. But if not, this may be the end of our segment as far as Let's Talk Relationships, going from dysfunctional to functional in our relationship. Remember, then I'm coming to St. Louis, Missouri. And I am bringing my tour there. My first big tour is going to be September 29th through October the 1st in St. Louis, Missouri. We are working to narrow down the location. We will be there from Thursday through Saturday. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a block party. Now listen, guys, all this is contingent on registration. Now listen, don't be whining and complaining, because I heard this is a community effort. You guys ain't, trust me, it ain't gonna make or break nobody. You're sowing into your own community. That's what I Am Confident is all about. It's about being community based, and we base our community on 3 principles: love, unity, and community. Love yourself, love your neighbor, and love your community. All right? And so we're coming together and we're bringing back that spirit of community. What can I do? What can I bring to the people? Instead of complaining about it, be about it. You know, instead of being a problem, be a solution. All right? So support what we're doing. Come out Thursday night. I know it's a school night. It's going to be off the chain. We're going to have fun. We're going to dance. We're going to slide. We're going to win games. That's why we want registration, so we can give it all back. We're going to give it all back. Y'all ain't paying for my flight ticket or my gas, so don't worry about it. All right? God's going to take care of that. I'm not worried about that. I just want to make sure that everybody's taken care of. We got $25 registration for adults 12 and older, and we have 11 and under is $10, and 5 and under is free. If you have more than 2 kids, all the kids after that get in free. Listen, we trying to work it out, but we want to make sure we let the kids have a good time. We give them some gifts and door prizes. We just going to have a good time. Yes, we just going to have a good time with each other. And you know, we haven't had block parties in so long. It don't even make no sense. We used to have block parties all the time, right? So we're going to have some fun, some good old-fashioned fun. I'm going to share and broadcast live for a little while for Let's Talk Relationships. And then I'm going to speak on Friday night. We're going to have this, and then we're going to get out of there, and I am going to teach like a mad woman on relationships. All right, we're going to talk about the family dynamics. We're going to talk about husbands and wives and sons and daughters and uncles and aunties and papa rans and TTs and grandpas and papas and all the people. We're going to talk about all them people. We need them all to come out Thursday night. It's going to be a short night. It's not going to be long. Come right out. We're going to have food ready for you. Don't even worry about feeding the kids. Just come on. Come as you are and meet us on the block. Show. I'm so grateful for all of you who consistently support me. I see you. You share me. Again, some of you I can't see because you don't make any comments on the post. So I love to address you, but Only time I know is when I hang up, I see I have 45 viewers. So maybe that means somebody stopped by or you stayed there and you watched it all the way through. Know that you are appreciated, and we thank you so much for your support. Know this, that you can and you will be confident, be you. I am Sharon Esther Coach Parker, your motivational messenger and your confident coach, coming to you live from the I Am Confident community, where we stand on 3 principles: love, unity, and community. Love yourself, love your neighbor, and love your community. God bless you guys. I'll talk to you soon. If I don't come back, I think this concludes our series, and I will be here on Sunday morning with my other hat. I am Elder Sharon A. Parker, yes, and we have Direct Connect morning worship service at 8 a.m. while I teach the word. And starting next weekend, we will have online Bible study at 7 p.m. on Wednesdays. I'm excited. I'm excited about it. I hope you are too. Guys, have a great evening. Be good to yourself. Do what's right. Don't malfunction. Make it functional. Make your life functional, all right? Enjoy all that God has for you. And I'll see you next time. Don't forget, if you would like some coaching and some assessments of your relationships, just email me at iacteamleader@gmail.com, or you can call me at 314-326-6586. Until then, be blessed, be confident, be you. Thank you.